If you had 11 minutes each day to just shine and do what you do best at work, where would you start? Let's see what the science suggests. Hi there, Michelle here from McQuaid TV. We're helping you find ways to move from functioning to flourishing by putting the latest science to the real-world test. Now, one of the tools I love teaching people is how to develop their strengths so that they can create more confidence, well-being and bottom-line results in their work. Why? Well, I find people love discovering their strengths using tools like the VIA survey, Gallup StrengtshFinder or Realize 2. After all, most of us experience a surge of pleasure, even a little pride, when we uncover what we look like at our best. I also find that people get energized and excited when they're given the space to imagine what their strengths-fueled future might look like and how they can begin to move from where they are to where they're longing to be. But by far, the tested approach I most love to share is the art of creating an 11-minute strengths development habit that people can use each day in their jobs. How does this work? Well, drum roll please. Now, the good news is that when it comes to changing your behaviour, studies suggest that it's small, regular actions that are the best way to create lasting differences. And this is because when you shrink the changes you want to create into tiny, busy-proof steps, you stop feeling overwhelmed and exhausted and instead start to notch up success after success. But here's the thing. Despite our best intentions, many of us struggle to start creating even the smallest changes we're most wanting in our lives. Let's be truthful. Bosses are demanding, projects need juggling, and family and friends are waiting for us. And there just never seems to be enough time to fit in developing our strengths, even when we know the benefits that it might bring. I get it. For years, it felt like my life was passing me by in exactly the same way. Then I discovered that researchers estimate about 40% of our days are mere habit. Now that's about 6 hours, and I decided to start directing at least some of this time to the development of my strengths each day. So what can you do to create small, daily strength development habits? Studies at MIT have found that our habits run on a very simple neurological loop that comprises a cue that triggers off the behaviour, a routine that we practice, and a reward that creates a craving to do more next time that cue goes off. So I decided to harness this loop, and just to ensure there were no more excuses, I designed my strength development habit to be busy-proof by starting with just 11 minutes each day. After all, no matter what was happening, I could always find 11 minutes somewhere in my day. So here's how I've taught thousands of people to do the same. Firstly, identify the strength you want to develop. Determine which strength you want to focus on to move you a little closer to your hopes of a strengths-fueled future. I recommend just starting with one. Secondly, cue the habit up in just 30 seconds. Now make it easy to get started by anchoring it to a habit you already have, like getting out of bed each morning, travelling to work or turning on your computer. You can embed it in your environment, such as putting your alarm clock on top of your running gear, leaving the article you want to read across your computer keyboard, or attaching a post-it note reminder to your keys. Or use a when-then statement to prime your brain for specific situations, like when I get to work, then I'll spend 10 minutes checking in with a colleague. Now you can use one or more of these strategies to create a cue that's going to trigger off your desired behaviour. Then thirdly, practice your strength development routine for at least 10 minutes. Just immerse yourself in the routine that will allow you to develop your chosen strength. For example, if you're developing your curiosity, you might read for 10 minutes. If you're developing your kindness, you might do one kind thing for a colleague. If you're developing your gratitude, you might thank one colleague. And if you're struggling to think of a routine, check out my new book, Your Strengths Blueprint, which has more than 70 different examples for the VIA survey character strengths of routines that you can create. Then finally, reward your behaviour for 30 seconds. Think of a reward that's either physical, like a green smoothie, a relaxing massage or a nap, or something that's emotional, like ticking your habit off the list, using social media to share your accomplishment with friends, or reporting what you've done to a coach. Either way, it needs to be something that's going to spark that natural flow of dopamine, that feel-good reward chemical, through your brain. And if you can, try to do this without chocolate or alcohol. So if you had the gift of just 11 minutes a day to truly shine in your work, which strength would you start developing? Use the play sheet below this video from my book Your Strengths Blueprint to help you get started right now. This one small change was instrumental in allowing me to create a career and a life that I love. Now, want to take a first step towards developing your strengths right now? Then share this video with your family and friends, especially those who might be hoping for a little more from their work at the moment. And if you'd like more practical and playful ideas from the latest science on human flourishing, then be sure to subscribe or stop by michellemcquaid.com, leave your name and email address so you can hear all our news first. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching Shell McQuaid TV. Remember, you are good enough, so don't be afraid to let your strengths shine. Until next time, take care. Chocolates and alcohol? What's wrong with chocolates and alcohol? Every girl needs a little chocolate and alcohol in her life. Turn it off.